What's up guys, welcome to my video blog dedicated to the whole 9 yards on Phuket real estate. I've decided on an orthodox approach today because the project I'm taking stock of is something out of ordinary. Some may say even unique, however, it comes with a controversial location, unguaranteed sea view, and the basic infrastructure in the proximity to it is what we just couldn't find. Is it that rewarding to invest in a brand new condominium solo Mio? We're gonna figure it out. The showroom is not that strong suit apparently. A pretty long countertop for some reason, subject to Asian standards probably. Locals spotted a cam apparently and drew a bit tight. Frankly, I have troubles picturing any traffic to and from the beach. 3 minutes ride is max. It all looks as good as a pie and dear, that I say. Today, I would like this survey to be sort of interactive since you watch it and you like it, whereas every now and then you happen to forget to share your opinion about the project. This time I set my mind against forming my final opinion in order to ask you my dear subscribers and viewers to help me size it up. Hence, make sure to leave your comments right under this video. Check out the showroom. Well, the showroom is not that strong suit obviously. You see, the builders were all hurry-scurry and mixed up materials. All in all, they just fell asleep at the wheel. And the developer got caught between having to wait for the reconditioning and starting their market launch for fear they could miss the entire season, and they decided on the latter. For the foregoing reasons, practically all the materials you can see here will be replaced. We're here today so as to have the understanding what it can look like. Well then, we'd rather start with the kitchen because it's an important area. The kitchen is quite large. For the time being, its visual environment is not yet clear because we gotta change it. What we can currently see is a full-size fridge, decent microwave, cooking zone, and what we have here is the room itself. And once you get in, you can perceive a maritime focus, or rather, yacht focus. A combination of wood and metal surfaces, chrome, and multitude of mirrors for visual space extension. As a whole, looks as good as a pie and dear, that of say. The showroom in itself doesn't encourage feelings of what a unit does, since there's supposed to be a sort of skewing and a triangular balcony. Thus, what we can see is a part of the unit, its residential section. A big bed, a big wardrobe. Overall, it's pretty much spacious for 36 square meters in here. And this is where I'd like you to do me a favor because I'm interested in your opinion. This particular maritime focus, is it really coherent or associated with Thailand and Phuket in your opinion? How do you like it? Please leave your comments on that. And if it's no big enter your range, even roughly, so as to have the understanding which target market you belong among. Just imagine, you wake up in the morning, sit down on the side of the bed, and if you got an upper story, you can even see the sea. Apart from that, you have extra bedding for your kids or friends, and you can enjoy all the benefits of this complex because it's not just a complex, it's a so-called detox hotel to comprise saunas, doctor's office, cosmetic procedures, and detox-related stuff. They pursue the concept of rejuvenation and health promotion. I like it because as it goes, I'd much rather have one than none. Also, I'd like to drop a couple of words about the location, 200 meters from the sea. But if the deal is this peachy, as it seems to be on the face of it, I wish I could speak for the affirmative, but this remains to be discussed. We'll get around the location every now and then. After we're done with the showroom, we're heading on over there anyways. Well, now I'd like to dwell briefly upon the bathroom. There we go. I'd say the bathroom is quite spacious for such a small studio. It's quite wide and implemented as a 4 or 5-star caliber facility presumably. Here you can see a kind of skewing, which is a wardrobe on the other side, expanding the space and allowing for a large sink and a countertop installment. It's a pretty low countertop for some reason, subject to Asian standards probably. In general, the entire setup is quite functional, huge shelf spaces for toiletries, decent large mirror and a towel rack. As a whole, everything looks proper and functional. The toilet seems good, spacious enough, no hard time, no hampering. And the bathroom, shower room, is also a decent size. Even the two can fit in. There is a shelf of flasks and stuff. I like everything in here. Good point. Now let's go and see the location itself and check on whereabouts, which is the most important as well as contestable thing about this project. Stay tuned. I came to the building site. Nothing really special is happening here. The spot is just cleared and prepared for the construction. As long as all the approvals are still under the consideration, my actual purpose is to let this guy fly in order that we can have an idea of an actual view from the top stories. Now I'm hovering at 15 meters high to survey the views you get from the 5th story, and I'm about to climb up to as high as 20 meters to assess the view from the top point of the project. You're now getting the finest view you can ever get of the spot. The next thing I want you to check on is the road to the beach, since there are 2 ways taking you there. One is on the right, cutting through the Piggies, which I don't like, and another leads you to the beach through either Amora or Catch Beach Clubs, which I do. Stay tuned, we're heading on over there. Well, we made it to the beach along this less than a picturesque road, and it's actually 450 meters away, albeit the road runs past the villa complex and Muslim cemetery. Plus piggies in the background. I never liked this cut to Bangtao. I'm positive it's high time they took care of these things, cultivated and gentrified something about here. Here, we're considering the location. We're at the beach with a number of affordable restaurants, allowing you at the same time to enjoy the splendor, sands, and the beach. As you can see, there are considerably few people around, despite a high season at its best as it may seem, whereas basic infrastructure is just in the proximity from here. For instance, the airport is 30 or 40 meters away. Patong is also approximately 30 or 40 minutes. British International School is 25 minutes by car. In short, it's pretty convenient. And the boat avenue is just 1.7 kilometers away from here, by the way. I have a question for you. What's your opinion on it? The transportation availability doesn't really scare off independent travelers. It's no biggie to pick up a bike or a car to ride. However, package tourists sometimes take it as a nuisance. Please leave your comments in this regard. Transportation availability and this particular spot. We're moving on to see 2 more lanes I wanted to show you. Well, we moved as far as 200 meters away to the other side from the place to check out a cut through Hotel Amora. As a matter of fact, the developer asserts there is an opportunity to pass through Amora, and I just want to make sure. Rock and roll. We passed through the area quite freely and smoothly because locals spotted a cam apparently and drew a bit tight. In fact, a walkthrough is affirmative. The territory looks pretty beautiful here. Cute, get a load of it. Here we're in front of the beach zone. I really ain't too sure if using it without having to be their customer can make them any happier. Nonetheless, it is possible to infiltrate. Let's go see the beach. As you could notice, this cut of the beach is much more interesting than that with pigs around. Like I said, it's doubtful that both hotel owners and the management can ever be glad over the tourist traffic through their area. However, the opportunity is now confirmed. Later on, we're gonna get going all the way down to the Catch Beach Club. It's where you can make your way to the beach without having to venture into anybody else's territory. Until then, we proceed with the nuts and bolts course. Stay tuned. I'd like to put in a nutshell of the environmental permit. They are the documents necessary to initiate construction works. The environmental clearance, or so-called EIA, as Environmental Impact Assessment, is a document issued by Environmental Department. In fact, it goes through a multitude of phases, I guess up to 14 various approvals and permits, and it's all about qualifying a construction project for sustainability certification. Then, they receive a construction permit, which consequently allows for the construction company to proceed with work. Quite often, the authorities dawdle the process away for the period of 6 to 18 months. It's when any building activity is forbidden. That's exactly the reason why the construction sleeps. While you see the company plugging the project and rolling a sale in full swing, they have not yet received all the permits required. There have certainly been instances of the decision delayed for as long as 2 years as an all-time record. Because it's up to local authorities, the developer can hardly hold sway over. Apart from coordinating something and providing necessary papers, other than that, these things depend on the bureaucracy part, which is out of your control. That's all what I meant to say regarding approval documentation. I dropped in at Catch Beach Club. It took me like 3 or 5 minutes to walk along the beach, and if you don't know the spot, you expect a great place to spend your day or even a few hours. It's a beach club comprising a restaurant and a bar, as well as a nightclub party. That is, you can possibly find any kind of entertainment. Somewhat of a hot spot for post-teens. There is a great number of people religiously coming to Phuket, especially for the sake of Catch Beach Club. Previously, it was based in Surin, and great many would invest in real estate there. Now, they are solidified here, and that's the only reason why great many invest in real estate here. I'm just giving the idea that you can take a walk from Solomio, which is like 10 to 15 minutes of, passive stroll along the beach. When it comes to rides, you can make it here in 3 minutes if you ride a vehicle. The average bill is around $100 a person. Not real cheap, but it's worth it. There is no need to advertise Bangtao Beach. It's 8 kilometers long, provides 5 beach clubs, including this very one accommodating tourist wishes. When it comes to the size and length of Bangtao Beach, many compare it with those in California since it's wide and big and known for no histories of suffering from scores of people, just flawless. I'd like to take a quick look at the developer, or to be more precise, developers' role in this project. In this particular case, we're dealing with Russian and French mutualism. This French developer, enjoying a sophisticated experience in the matter, has already erected several projects, some of them just flashed on the screen. That's what's already accomplished or being accomplished. The other Russian counterpart is one of the oldest agencies on the island, which erupt with land, marketing and sales. That speaks for their gained experience regarding the real estate segment. As for the hotel management, I believe time will tell. Hopefully they're gonna be able to handle it just fine. By the by, this project is a representative of a new range of hotel-type condominiums. What is it all about? It means that you cannot manage it individually or through an outsourcer. They offer you a guaranteed annual income of 7% for 5 years, and by the way, it's a net GAI after all the taxes and service fees are taken. And this is it. I mean, you've got no other option. You cannot post an ad and rent it out independently. You cannot hire a third-party management company. You can only deal with them. For one part, it's absolutely an advantage, including the warranty, the homogeneity of the service, and the tranquility in general. For the other part, you sort of give hostage to the company, making yourself dependent on their reputation and management quality. Now we are only left with prices to make mention of. Presently, the pricing starts at 3,700,000 bahts, which is actually below normal at the market. This being an off-plan phase, I believe this rate is just fine. Anyways, I ain't gonna reflect on the project and get my ideas out in the open. I'm asking you to help me do that. However, I can't but say that the project is absolutely a success, in the sense that they have already sold a good half of their units just in a duration of 2 months, and they still enjoy the positive tendency regarding sales. I'm positive the project is mandatory to consider, and I can help you see it. My contacts are up on the screen now, and in any case, should you seek for an expert and adequate assessment with actual and real numbers rather than fabulous prices, you are always welcome. I'll be glad to help you. At that, let me bow out. I'm Sergei Shaliapin, looking forward to seeing you in Phuket. Cheers!